Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Third Age Reforged. My name is Mighty Eskimo 6 and this is totally accurate Battle Simulator Helm's Deep. Ta-da! So, terrible intro over. We actually have a totally accurate, I hope, Battle Simulator of Helm's Deep. So, as you can probably imagine, we have 3 Isengard armies and 2 Rohirrim armies defending. Uruk-hai armies are getting into position, as we know, and we'll figure that out. We'll just everything is Uruk-hai, right? Everything. There is no okay, except for this half-orc spear guard. Okay, just Uruk-hai. We have Fire of Orthanc, which I have to say is better sounding name than Ice Black Powder Cart. Just to be honest. But anyway, we got Nawaki. He's leading one of the Isengard forces. Also, we have M. Becker me, MP Becker me 13. I don't want to say a bad. And never mind. And over here, finally attacking army, we have the Space Wizard, probably also known as Jedi, but that's what I think. And then on the walls, defending the Hornburg, because this is the Battle of the Hornburg. Out here is Helm's Deep. Out in the distance is Helm's Deep. This is the Hornburg. Just to satisfy all of you nerdy book nerds. We have Sidious 307. So, actually, yeah, we have Dark Lord of the Sith holding it out against the Magic Space Wizards. Please pardon my terrible jokes. And then we also have High Ruler over Lorien defending the keep over here. We actually have lots of troops. Ignore the dead bodies. They canonically didn't happen yet. You know, these guys are actually waiting. I think I'll just wait until... We'll just speed everything up. Oh, wait. Okay. And here we are. The first tower approaches, even though there were ladders, not towers in the movies. Maybe it's going by the book. I was just told that it was a relatively accurate battle. So it might have been by the book. Because I'll have to recheck my book reading, because it's been a while since I read the book. It was a good book. I should read it again. Anyway, over here we have our Westmark infantry. Fairly good infantry for Rohan, all things considered. I mean, Rohan has alright infantry, but they're going against Uruk-hai infantry, which are definitely better. Over here in the distance, we have fire arrows going in from these Helmingas, of course, because Helm Hammerhand built Helm's Deep, or built the fortress at Helm's Deep, which is called the Hornburg. They're firing upon the battering ram of some simple Uruk-hai raiders. If they could burn down the battering ram, that would really help and would buy them time. But I don't see them being able to burn the battering ram down soon enough. They would actually need arrow towers, but sadly arrow towers just don't seem to be working in Third Age Reforged, which is fairly sad, and I hope everything is seeable. I turned up the graphics. I mean, not the graphics, but the lighting. If you can't see anything, I apologize in advance. Maybe it's a little late, but I apologize. So this is just an overview, quick bird's eye view of the bird that's perched up on this mountain view of the battle going on currently, which actually this is a really nice view. Oh man, this is just nobody saw anything. That may or may not have been a screenshot. But anyway, down come the doors of the towers, and in come the Uruk-hai infantry, who are, I would say, getting butchered. Okay. Space Wizard just wanted the doors open, I would assume. And now we have some Sidious going in. He's actually descending down. We actually have some Rohirrim climbing down the towers. Actually, and more arrow fire coming in. And that, wow, that's a lot of arrow fire coming in at this tower. That's a lot of arrow fire coming in, probably from these Uruk-hai archers, just unleashing heck on through the opening of the tower. I'm not even sure it's doing all that much, but he's sending down the Westmark infantry down into these Rohirrim, these Uruk-hai forces. We do have some Nazkai lit up. We also have some more ladders, movie appropriate. More fire arrows coming in, burning some of them, which is really sad. Actually, cool. I wouldn't say sad, because these guys, they don't deserve mercy because they don't give any. But they are breaking, and now we have even more raiders coming up, and as well as the elite guards of Orthanc. Saruman himself is going in. If he is, he should be in the guards of Orthanc unit, unless of course they change the model, and that is only another thing and speculations, and we don't need to listen to mighty rambles. But anyway, we have Riddermark Spearmen going against them, so it's going to be a spear on spear fight. The Riddermark Spearmen are totally going to lose. Over here, the gate most likely has fallen. Yes, it has. And now we have Westmark Spearmen and Riddermark Spearmen holding the line against these Uruk-hai Raiders. And also Uruk-hai Reavers. So, Reavers are definitely the shock unit. And just let me get in there. There we go. They are the shock unit. Ooh, this is a cool picture. If only I could take a picture. If only. One that I could... Oh, yeah. Large troops just charging on in. Oh, that's beautiful. That's just really cool. I'm sorry. It has been a while, guys. How's it been? How's life been? I guess. Just, it's been really long since because of life. Yeah, work and, you know, life and, you know, Fire Emblem Three Houses came out and I'm slightly addicted. You know, I'm admitting that. It's like the first part of having an addiction is admitting it, right? Anyway, more shower of arrows, and that actually looks really nice. I'm not sure you guys can see that with it coming down, but it looks really nice. All of these arrows just littering the ground. All of these Uruk-hai trying to fight for the dominance of the wall, of the deeping wall. And these Riddermark Spearmen are trying to do what they can, but the Guards of Orthanc, of course, with their really high damage, defense, armor stuff, they're not going to give up. They're not going to die. And we have counterfire probably from, oh my, the Shields Maidens of Rohan. They have their axes ready, but they are going to be taking fire soon. We also have, Riddermark Archers over here. They are the ones who are firing at the Guards of Orthanc. However, the Guards of Orthanc, again, they have really, really heavy armor. The Shield Maidens of Rohan are the ones that are going to have to take them down because they need them. Shield Maidens, who look absolutely stunning, probably should be facing the right way because they're going to get shot in the back and just horror. I don't want the lovely ladies to get shot. At least these Riddermark Spearmen, they're facing the right way, but it's also wrong way because the shields aren't. There we go. Anyway, just rain of arrows. This really brings, rain of arrows a whole new meaning, which is really great. So, forecast, arrows, 80% chance. We have the pikemen, Urukai pikemen, charging in, going into probably one of the least effective areas, the wall. And holy cow, I just noticed that trolls are breaking through. Wow. Okay. That's a lot of trolls. And they broke through. This is where you use trolls. I mean, you can see their effectiveness right here. Trolls just... Trolls in the dungeon? Anyone? Anyone? No? Okay. I'll be a nerd to myself then. But, yeah, I know I'm doing a really bad job, guys. Just, I don't care. It's been a while since I was able to do this because I was actually planning on doing something really cool to show you that I couldn't do it. But then I figured out that I could do it, and so I didn't. So then, things. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, beautiful. Definitely the trolls are coming in. Arrow fire coming in, trying to get at this Helmingus. I'm sure they're running low on ammo now, both sides. Unless, of course... I'm not sure if they have any more archers in reserve. Yes, they do over here. Some have some ammo. Half-orc spear guard, guards of Orthanc, and some Urukai pikemen. As Nawaki is preparing his rear defenses, as basically all of the Isengard forces the rest of them are just committing. And look at that, we did not see it, but a counterpeg blew up, killing many Urukai. No, these are the... You know, I don't know what they are. They look to be Urukai infantry. And that is a real crying shame, because Urukai infantry are quite elite for a mid-tier unit. I would say they're a mid-upper tier unit. But they destroyed the siege tower and they destroyed the gate. I mean, this whole breaking in and absolutely charging forward. And here we go. Rushing in, archer fire coming in eventually, and the Rudemark archers are in a good position. There is arrow fire finally coming in by these other Rudemark archers. Westmark marshals charging in, stopping the advance of the Urukai pikemen. One good idea is to let the Urukai in a little bit and then surround them on all sides to cripple their morale. That would be a really, really good idea. However, the Urukai infantry have captured this section of wall, and thereby not allowing a easy surround. Now over here, the Urukai pikemen are successfully, you know, using their pikes to, you know, pike their way through, if that makes sense. And I'm sorry, guys. I gotta take more screenshots. Do it for the thumbnail, guys. Right, for the thumbnails. Over here we have on the walls some Urukai berserkers. Oh my goodness, Urukai berserkers going against some Rudemark spearmen. And yeah, Rudemark spearmen have absolutely no chance against these berserkers. Even though the berserkers probably will take some damage because they're all by themselves, and of course they're literally wearing no armor, and they're actually going down. They're disengaging from the Rudemark spearmen, and they're going to engage these Westmark spearmen, trap in all of these Rohirrim soldiers, and many of them are very high tier for Rohan. Actually, no, they're going after Shieldman's Medicel Guard. Ooh, I'm not sure if this is a general. Actually, it is a general, and if Rohan loses, Rohan loses this general, actually, never mind, they're not going after it. Yep, they were going after the Westmark Spearmen, trying to close them in, but they Rohan cannot lose this Meadowseld guard, this general. Sidious can't lose him because most of the troops out here are his. And if the general dies, they will rout. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing because they have infinite morale in the town center, but the problem is sometimes they do glitch out and they perma-rout. And that's annoying. That very much is. And then they're not effective, and then they don't fight. But then you also have troops at the last stand, but they can't really leave the town center itself, because if they leave the town center, they'll just rout again, and then they'll go back to the center of the town center, and that's kind of a problem. And what just happened? What just happened? What's going on? Holy cow, all these dead, charred bodies. What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? Oh. Oh. Okay. So another explosion went on. And... holy cow. It hurt the Isengard players so much. So much. It hurt the Space Wizard so much. But it hurt Rohan even more. The castle is breached, man. Fall back to the keep. Everybody just went flying. Everybody just went flying. I can't think properly. Then more troops are streaming. It'll take me a while. That was so funny. It's way more funny than it should be. But they all just flew in the air. They all just flew. I'm having weight. I gotta control myself. I have to control myself. I might have to cut this out. Or we'll just keep it for comedic effect. I don't care. So there's a whole bunch of Uruk-hai. Well, we have a Lairs hunting pack up here. They're a ranger unit, if you don't know, but they're really good in melee. But they're fighting some Helmingas, and the Helmingas are gone. But over here we have, I saw some Helm's Hammer over here. And they're really good melee. They're like the best that Rohan has to offer. And it's fitting because this is technically the place they're named after to fight. And they're armor piercing, which is really good against the Uruk-hai infantry. And so they are going to win this engagement. But the thing is, though, these Helm's Hammers are all getting bloodied. And they're getting attacked from the rear. They can't do this alone. They probably can, but it's best if they don't. Just because they're going to run out of energy, which you kind of want to conserve your best troops for the very end when your ally or your enemy is also using their very best troops. And yes, we can see here that MP Becker, I'm just going to call him Becker, Becker is using his, never mind, I was going to say his Reavers to go in from the rear and charge into the Helm's Hammers, because they are actually armor piercing and they would make a really big dent into the Helm's Hammers. And the Helm's Hammers actually were at 40 earlier. Now they're down to 25. They're dropping like nobody's business. As well as, well, they took the gates. They have some small defenders. It looks like they didn't have Aragorn or Gimli to jump in and buy them time to close the gate. But there is a lot of Rohirrim who died trying to defend the gate, and a lot of them died and failed. But we have some Westmark spearmen just out here all alone, being brave, being ignored by the rest of these Uruk-hai raiders. So if the Uruk-hai, these spearmen over here, these Westmark Spearmen are able to drive off these Raiders and Reavers, which it looks like they are. Except for the 141, they'll be able to. Oh, it's the same unit. Never mind. They'll be able to come in on this main body and really cut it down to size. So these Riddermark Spearmen, they're actually repositioning, probably to get away from these Guards of Orthanc, who actually broke through and now climbed up this ramp right there. And they're coming out of this door. Well, it should be right there. But don't let that ruin the immersion. Anyway, the Riddermark Spearmen, they're pulling back, leaving the Westmark Spearmen to basically commit their final stand. These Helmingus look like they have just a handful of arrows left, but they're going to pick their targets. Now we have Lurt's Hunting Pack, which is, as I mentioned earlier, a ranger unit, and it's going to try to fire onto these troops, and that would be very nice because of the body piercing, and they're very tightly packed in there. However, the angle is not the best for these troops, and now they have committed themselves into a very dangerous position. They are very vulnerable to arrow fire from the second tier, which, if any of you know anything about castles, this is a really good idea. And I could probably link a description to, if I can find it, a video that talks about this, about how Helm's Deep is a good castle. I may or may not link it in the description if I remember about it, if I recall and everything. But it looks like the Space Wizard has beaten the Jedi has beaten the Dark Lord of the Sith at Helm's Deep, because this is the only context that would make sense. They have gained the deeping wall and all of that entails, but look at the carnage. Look at all the dead bodies, especially after that explosion. Many of the troops just died. There is a small pocket of fighting here. Uruk-hai infantry going against one guy, but they killed them all, so it's all over now. But the Helm's Hammers, I would believe, are still holding on. There's probably one guy, yep, right there. The last stand of the Helm's Hammer. Just right there, backed into a corner, doing his best to stay strong. I don't think he'll last very much longer, although he is very good. I don't think he'll be able to kill anybody. But this Helm's Hammer is doing quite well. No, there he goes. He was killed by an Uruk-hai Berserker. And now the complete lower half of the wall of the fortress belongs to Isengard. And as we can see, the banner of Isengard is flying from the back, from the front, the first line of defenses. And they even are attacking the tower. That's a nice tower. Yes. But they're also attacking the courtyard itself, which is their final stand. And the Uruk-hai are invading, but not in the numbers that they would have hoped, I'm sure. They also don't have any trolls by what I see. And now, oh my goodness, we have the Rohirrim. Okay, there we go. This is really bad. I can see the minimap, not you guys, because, oh, this is bad. Eastmark Scouts by ASAP. Okay, ASAP is also a third player. He is in charge of the Rohirrim, and ASAP. This only works with Gandalf. Okay, I know what you're meaning, but it's not working. Guards of Orthanc holding the line against these Eastmark Riders. Riddermark Skirmishers are over here. We also have some Eastmark Horse Marchers. Riders of the Fold. E. I know. Just like to say E. More Red Shield of Erkenbrand, who are very nice. And actually, Erkenbrand, correct me if I'm wrong, book lovers, but Erkenbrand was at the Battle of Helm's Deep? Or the Battle of the Hornburg? No. Gandalf went and got Erkenbrand to bring him. He gathered him up because he was scattered, and Gandalf brought him and helped out and saved the day. So Erkenbrand is our MVP. So we're hoping for them. Eastmark Riders charging in. We also have some Sons of Earl repositioning themselves, as well as more Riddermark Cavalry and First Marshal's Bodyguard. Uruk-hai Archers are out here, and now the Pikemen. Uruk-hai Pikemen could possibly get themselves into a nice defendable location if they were managed to get inside the fortress. Now, the Uruk-hai are trying desperately to gain control of the courtyard before the Rohirrim charge and, kill them all on, the outside. So I'm not sure if the Isengard players know, but there is this other ramp here that is able to be used, which High Ruler of Lorien is aware of and is prepping his troops to guard up against just in case. However, most of them are fighting over here, so this looks like it will take a while. We'll go into the more action-y packed part, which is the cav outside. Uruk-hai Archers are charging forward against the First Marshal's Bodyguard, who are very good, but they're down 13. They're going against some Nazkai. Oh, that's probably why they're not feeling all too good, because they're going against some Nazkai. And some pikes on the side. I mean, no horse likes a long stick up its butt or anywhere exactly. So there goes the First Marshal's Bodyguard. A whole 5 of them remain, and I assume to be cut down by the Uruk-hai crossbowmen who guard the gate, even though they're shooting into the ramparts right there, which doesn't really work, but they'll capture the remnants of it soon enough. Eastmark Riders charging into the back of these Uruk-hai crossbowmen, and man, that was actually a really good volley, but we just didn't see it because I'm blind. But anyway, in they charge, in they fight, and they're doing quite a good work because Cav is good against infantry. Now over here we have the half-orc spear guard going against the Eastmark horse archers, who are as it says there, missile cavalry, and they are now breaking. And this is bad because they're going to run right back into them, right back into what they were running as they're trying to return to the town center. And now most of them are, some of them are going to get through. However, many of them are going to get chopped down and quote-unquote get captured. Over here, yes, we have more of the horse archers, the Aelred of Aldburg. Oh man, the Aelred of Aldburg has a great charge bonus. These are the guys that Minas Tirith. I mean, just look at them. Look at their capes. So now ASAP is trying to keep them all together and keep Nawaki from using his troops. However, it looks like Nawaki is, I don't know, it's definitely all depends on how ASAP uses his troops and how Nawaki uses his troops. It all depends on how they all use their troops, and especially the micro. And oh my goodness, yes! The shield maidens are throwing their axes into the crossbowmen, and we can see the deadly result. Oh my goodness, they're dropping like flies. Oh. Archers are trying to do something, but the angle just makes it so difficult for arrow fire to get in. Even if it does, it's going to be horribly inaccurate. We actually have an Uruk-hai, a Nazkai, managed to get his way up into the Shield Maidens of Rohan's rank, and they are now fighting it off. Over here we have more fighting. The Uruk-hai are very close to the actual town center itself, so the desperation is kind of getting high for the defenders. I mean, the Nazkai are right here, the Uruk-hai Berserkers, Uruk-hai Infantry, everyone is just pushing forward. Yes, over here, especially the Space Wizard and Nawaki and MP Becker, they're shoving everything they got left forward. They're putting it all in. You know, just imagine a poker table, all in. Yep. Uruk-hai Berserkers going into the fray, swinging those giant sword things. I mean, what would you even call those? Would those be swords or yeah, just swords with extra weight on them? I mean, if you were probably playing Fire Emblem, you'd probably say that they're armor breakers, armor slayers. Anyway, we're going to continue on, and no one as of yet has advanced through this section, which Rohan is liking, not liking. They're like it because they're still fighting on one front, but they're not liking it because they still have another unit just committed over here to guard their rear flank, which is very important. Now, I don't see a lot left of ASAP. It looks like the Rudemark, the Riders of the Fold, and all of them really are. There's not a lot left. Just a handful of Arid of Aldberg. I'm seeing mostly Urukai. I mean, well, granted, I'm seeing mostly dead Urukai, but I'm still seeing many more Urukai than I am horses. And that's not good for the defenders. Not at all. The defenders are looking pretty scarce as this giant slugfest comes down, especially these pikemen. These pikemen in this courtyard are going to most likely win it for Isengard if they can use it right. However, we also cannot deny the fact of these, pardon me, Shieldmanes of Rohan, as they have an absolutely wonderful angle into the back of these troops, and it would look like Urukai crossbowmen are out of ammo or they're on their last legs. But there are troops. Some of the Shieldmanes are falling. They are dying. But if these Shieldmaidens have any ammo left, throwing it into these Urukai pikemen, Urukai berserkers, Nazkai, this would be the time. They are definitely low on troops, and looking around, yeah, more Urukai archers. I mean, these are terrible troops in melee, but it's bodies that Isengard can use again. Over here, more pikemen, 116 pikemen, relatively fresh, marching up through the gate, and these riders will not make it even close to the town center. Yep, these gates have fallen. More and more troops are pouring up through the... Actually, these guys are routing, never mind. Anyway, I don't think that matters, as the defenders are making their final stand. It looks like, yes, the Urukai have definitely pushed themselves onto the last stand, the town center itself. Archer fire coming in from the Helmingas, which High Ruler of Lorien has been saving them. Do not know how much ammo is left, but there is some ammo, and they are using it. They're going to be using it all for basically point blank shooting fish in a barrel. And that's something that, I mean, if you miss, and there we go, there are the axes. Yes, throwing them down into this giant blob of troops right here. I mean, this is what we've all wanted to see. Women throwing axes at monsters' backs, because that's super cool. I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, yeah. Anyway, the longer the fight goes, though, I'm leaning more and more Isengard, because more and more troops just means there's just more and more troops, because these are more and more elite troops. However, we do have some Rudemark riders in the back, and Rudemark riders cavalry. However, they're wavering. These guys are wavering, and they're trying to do cycle charges into these Urukai crossbowmen. They're trying to do what they can before Nawaki realizes that, you know, he has troops here, and absolutely kills. Oh, he does realize. But these Eastmark riders and Rudemark cavalry, they're in a very dangerous situation. I wonder if they could run out here and charge into these crossbowmen and archers. But if they do, though, I'm sure they will get trapped by by Nawaki just blocking up these 2 holes. So it's kind of a shame because the Riddermark Cavalry could do some real good damage back here. However, there are, again, more pikemen. There are a lot more pikemen back here. Even some Helmingas, actually. What is this? They broke. Oh, dang it, guys. I'm sorry we didn't see the giant mass break. But a lot of troops ran out. Probably under fear of, you know, shield maiden axes. But they probably broke. And now the guard, their numbers have definitely been severely reduced. And there they are. Shield maidens of Rohan are actually sneaking by. Let's see if all of them can get by these Uruk-hai. No, they cannot. They are engaged in melee. However, it would have been great if they were able to break free. And, oh, the Uruk-hai pikemen, they're fighting to the death. This is definitely something that Rohan really needed. They have more, I believe, Medusel Guard throwing their javelins. Yep, Medusel Guard throwing their very powerful armor-piercing javelins into these elite Uruk-hai troops. However, they should be saving them. I mean, well, yeah, right here is probably good. Going against the Nazkai, dropping them like flies, as well as some of the guards of Orthanc. They're down to 7. They have been fighting, I believe, this entire time. Yes, yes, indeed. Very nicely done to all. Now, I believe the rest of the Rohirrim should go and fight to protect their fair ladies. Because they are fair, but they're doing well, but actually they're just... Never mind, they're not doing well. They're getting chopped down. These ladies, they saved your butts, gentlemen. Where's the thanks? Where's the thanks? There's a couple hundred men. No, they don't want to go and save a handful of women. I mean, if I would want to marry one of these ladies. They held their ground. They were brave. I mean, skilled with the axe. Perfect wife, right? Anyway, more routing going on. We still have many troops going survive here. However, most of them are Uruk-hai crossbowmen. And we still have the Medusel Guard very healthy. But they are a little bloodied. Some of them are bloodied. Medusel Guard, they still have ammo left. They are prepared to fire. However, they're going to wait, I believe, for the Uruk-hai to charge in yet again in mass. And while they're going to be in mass, they're going to be all bunched together. Their wonderful javelins are going to do such a good job. Now, I believe, there we go, these Westmark Marshals could charge on out just a little bit further and then wrap in here, hit on a flanking attack. And that would really, really crush the morale, I believe, of these shaken Uruk-hai troops. Now, it is true. And there we go. More javelin fire coming in. I would say Rohan is beleaguered. Probably decimated, but still alive. Actually, speaking of still alive, is ASAP still alive? Yes, he has a handful of troops. Handful of summons of Earl, Erud of Aldburg, and more Erud of Aldburg over here. We have more Eastmark riders over there, as well as just a handful of Nazkai from the Space Wizard. And, you know, this might have been the general unit. I'm not sure if the general has been killed. They must have went into hiding. I don't know, but if they're able to kill the... Oh, yes, they were hiding. Now, if they can kill the general unit, though, I mean, I'm not sure if he's dead or not, but if they could kill the general, that would help a lot. Sons of Earl going against the Half-Orc Spear Guard, who are trying to climb up. They're not sure if they want to climb up or down these ladders, but that was probably a good call. Get them when they're not paying attention. They can get out of there. However, more pikemen, and this is probably the moment for the javelins. I do believe that they're out. Actually, we have more Helm's Hammers here. We have lots of heavy infantry left from Rohan, as well as the Meadowsilt Guard. Yep, oh yes. Meadowsilt Guard being able to go in and flank. These Westmark Marshals should probably try getting around Uruk-hai pikemen now getting in. They're definitely thinned over on this flank, and they should definitely try pushing further and breaking through before even more pikemen show up, which they are, you know, pikemen on, you know, supporting their allies, line upon line, rank upon rank of pike. That should be said. And there we go. People swing their axes, people dying. Every man's dream of a battle. And there we go. Another screenshot, just because we can. Helm's Hammers have been committed into the fray. I believe these Westmark Marshals are waiting for the moment where there are very, and I mean very few troops left for their charge bonus to be at the most effective. Speculation, of course, but that's what I think. Now, the Uruk-hai pikemen, oh my goodness, just seeing all those pikes just make me think of the movie, you know, when we first realized how big Saruman's army is. And I mean, oh, doesn't just like a forest of pikes, doesn't it just look so cool? Let's just get lost in the aesthetic. Let's get lost now, shall we? Because you can't go anywhere new if you don't get lost. Truly, you can't discover anything new without getting lost. The philosophical ramblings of Mighty the Eskimo. Mighty the Eskimo? No, it's just Mighty Eskimo. I can't even get my name right. It's probably going because this battle's been going on for a while, but that's okay. Actually, what is this? We have Mumid from the Uruk-hai crossbowmen. Does not look like they have any ammo left, though, however. Maybe he's trying to pull a bluff, or he's trying to get around. And yes, indeed, he is going to try to get around and flank the long-awaited flanking maneuver that we have been waiting for. I mean, that's redundant. Yes, they're going to finally come around, come down, and engage them. And this is where the Westmark Marshals are being committed. There they go. They are going to be in. They're going to charge, and they're going to kill. They've been itching for a fight this entire time while their brethren were just dying in front of them. And they couldn't take it anymore, and they charged forward. So now, the problem with these Uruk-hai is that the Uruk-hai can run. But these men will not. They will fight to the very end. Absolute final. Because they are on the middle. They are in almost the exact center of this town center. They will not break. Especially these Helm's Hammer Guard. I mean, they are high morale already. But they are very well done. Sorry about that. Very high armored, high everything. The only problem are these pikes. Well, Rohan doesn't have an answer to that yet. The only answer that I can think of is, oh, we have crossbows, and they're going in. They're just tearing those Hell's Hammers. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. These marshals need to charge in. They need to get in there. These crossbowmen were holding out on us, and now they're letting loose. This is their time to shine. Rohan had its shield maidens. The Isengard has... Let me rephrase that. Rohan had its shield maidens, and Isengard has its crossbows. Beautiful. Absolute beauty. Now, if that doesn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what does. Maybe some kittens playing around. That puts a smile on my face. Unless maybe you're Thanos and you like collecting gemstones because you're a jewelry fanatic. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe you do you. We also have some more Uruk-hai archers and Uruk-hai pikemen guarding the gate just in case some of the Rohirrim from the outside are trying to break in. And yes, indeed, many of them are routing. And the Lurt's hunting pack, Lurtz himself has fallen, but his hunting pack is still here pouncing on its prey. Yes, very dangerous situation. It looks like these troops might have fallen off. Shame. But now these Uruk-hai crossbows are now out of ammunition. But I do believe that they did their job. They did their job. Okay. I'm gonna times 6 speed it right now. Times 2 it, just because it's been a long grind. I mean, anybody who's been in a situation like this, anybody who's been trying to level up your character to get through that hard boss fight or that hard level, you just can't, and you just gotta grind and grind and grind. It didn't really work out, and we actually have some Rohirrim in the background. Good old Sons of Earl. The only problem is he's gonna die. Oh yeah, he died. Back to the grind, just leveling up your Pokemon to go after that last gym leader, or leveling it up because it needs to evolve, because you want that Pokemon because it just looks cuter, or whatever, however it is, because that's just how you are. You want higher stuff. You want to actually destroy things with overpoweredness, and when a player has admitted defeat, I do believe that has been ASAP. It might have been ASAP. I'm not sure, but it wasn't. But Becker is sending in the last of his troops. Nowaki and his pikemen are probably the last major problems in front of the Rohirrim defenders, and they're holding on strong, but I can only say that for so long. They are actually now on their final legs. They're, what, 3, 4, 5 men deep ranks at their strongest, and at their weakest they're 2 men deep. They're very thin. Some of their places they're spread thin. Things aren't going well for the Rohirrim. They've lost. I'm calling it now. If these Westmark marshals can never mind, Becker's troops have arrived and they're reinforcing the wall fight. Yeah, these Westmark marshals, I do believe they might be the last people standing, just because of the amount of troops that are coming in. The hammers are doing what they can, but I do believe that it will be these marshals that will be the last people standing. And kudos to them, but I mean, if, in all honesty, I would probably try retreating into this whole, retreating into here as long as possible, if you could, but this is a game and you can't. So that's kind of a disappointment. And there's Theoden. What can men do against such reckless hate? Well, you can die like a man. Which, you're telling your men to do. We'll probably see you do that in about 2 minutes. Die like a man. We'll keep an eye. We'll come back soon. Definitely the pikes. I feel like Rohan didn't have enough to kill the pikes. And more crossbowmen. I believe that's from Becker. Yes, from Becker, and they're absolutely wrecking these. Oh man, never mind the marshals. They're not going to be the last man standing. Marshals actually exposed themselves to the crossbow fire. Isengard did a really good job of conserving ammo, the good ammo, the armor-piercing ammo, until the very end. Rohan did what it could with what it had, but these crossbow bolts are rare. They're raining in. Oh my goodness. Yeah, every shot takes down somebody. The proud banners of Rohan fall at last to their once ally, now turned foe. I'm just gonna times 6 speed it, because we know this is what would have happened if Gandalf did not arrive, if Aragorn wasn't there, if Gimli wasn't there, if Legolas wasn't there, because neither of them were in the battle. That's just how it was, and we'll watch Theoden die like a man as he's taking on one of the hunters. He is fighting oh so very much, and as we can see, the timer is going down. I would say quickly, but I did have it on times 6 speed. Now it's not going as fast. I do believe Theoden has died in the Yes, there he is. His corpse is down there, and we only have a couple of his bodyguards left, and they're, because of their bodyguardness, I would say they're trying to at least get to the body, but now it's more like they're fighting for survival, taking at least another 2 with them, but all those pikes are just pokey, stabby, stabby. And over here we have the remnants, the last 7 Riddermark infantry. Really bloodied, except for that guy. What has that guy been doing? He's been doing just standing around watching his buddies get bloodied up. Just blocking those. Dude, the dude's using his shield. He's just shrugging everything off. I don't think he's taking damage. Oh, it's the Metal Soul Guard. Ooh, no wonder he's doing really good. Of course, he's not swinging. He's on the defensive, and that's just a problem. Oh, there you go. He's taking a hit. And there he goes. Oh, poor guy just getting stabbed in the back. Oh, no, he got back up. He got back up. He can do it. He's bloodied now. He's the veteran of the battle. He's doing, but I wanted to see him swing. There we go. It was more of a jab, but I'll accept it. And there he goes. Oh, but he's getting back up. He's a real trooper. Get on up there, Meadow South Guardsman. Guardsman. Yeah, there you go. Guardsman. And, well, he took some spears. Oh, he just jumped right back up. He was really excited for the battle. He's the last man standing. That's it. Shrug off those blows. Swing! Man, if that was a real good swing, he might have killed like 3 of them. But he's going in. He's trying to take out that Guard of Orthanc. But he, alas, could not. He died. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Isengard has its banner here today. And man, that was good. They all died and fought to the last man. Isengard barely scratching through with a victory. I would say, because there are over 6,000 men and only 1,500 remain. In real life, that would be a horrible defeat for the attacker, but it was a necessary one. Anyway, we'll go here on the battle statistics screen and see how many casualties have been inflicted from Rohan's perspective. Over here, the Meadowsill Guard got 179, Helm's Hammers 133. These are Sidious 307. Dang, information beeps. We have 215 kills for the Riddermark Archers and 149 as well for another unit of Riddermark Archers. Helmingus getting 182, 107 for Westmark Infantry, 255 for Riddermark Spearmen. On to ASAP. He was the Cav. He had 157 for his Sons of Earl. They're very respectable. And we have to give credit for ASAP for doing as well as he did against mostly anti-Cav units. High Ruler over Lorien has inflicted 193 and 168 with his Helmingus, 263 with his Riddermark Archers, 231 Shieldmanes of Rohan, and 150 with his Shieldmanes of Rohan. And 107 Westmark Marshals, and 143 with some Meadowsill Guard. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. This battle was long, this battle was grueling, but it was amazing. And please let me know what you guys liked, because I will probably be doing it again. Not this battle, of course, but another one that you will send me if you want to. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.